Matovey. That's what's up. On the day, God said, let us drink Nicole. His house Nicole. Keep it locked. What is good, my people, my peeps? Surprise. Surprise. Yeah, I had to jump on here. We're going to have a conversation tonight. So this is not a teaching. I am not preaching. This is just a conversation. So I hope you tune in. It's a little different from what I normally do. I normally talk about. We're going to talk about multiple wives. Get in here. Yes, indeed. Let me check. See if everything's working. All right. So yeah. Earlier this week, I had posted a video. Yeah, I am truly hooked on TikTok right now. It's just a phase. It'll wear off. It's just a phase, but TikTok allows you to, a meaning to it. So I hope you enjoy those. Yes, it does have a meaning to it, but I try to make it, somewhat comical or just use their effects. Okay, because I don't have a big studio to do a major production. But anyway, the last TikTok that I did was basically talking about Black women and an agent amongst us. And you saw who that agent was if you actually watched the TikTok video that I posted up. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to jump on here tonight because I want to actually talk about multiple wives, because that has been a huge topic across the social platforms. Multiple wives. And I just seen some men and how they preach it and how they try to get the understanding across when they use the Bible. And I was like, you know what? I think I want to talk about that and talk about my experience of watching these different men and their approach. Okay, so I'm going to get into it. First, I saw a TikTok video. Okay, let me see if I can pull it up. This TikTok video is not talking about multiple wives, but I want to show it to you real quick. Just to get into what I'm going to talk about tonight. Okay, let me get to the beginning. I'm going to show it to you on my phone, okay? Now oh Lord, I'm having little alerts. Okay, so in this TikTok video, they're not talking about multiple wives. I don't want to hear, well, they hoes or whatever, all of that. I'm just using this as a reference point. Okay, so this TikTok video I saw today.
Ladies, would you be a side chick for $2,500 a week?
Yes. Or a sound bit about my own opinion.
Ladies, would you be a side chick for $2,500 a week?
Yes. Or a sound bit about
my own opinion. It was multiple women now.
Ladies, would you be a side chick for $2,500 a week?
Yes. Or a sound bit about my own opinion.
Ladies,
okay.
Would you be a side chick for $2,500?
So I was showing you that TikTok video for a reason. Now, I know in that TikTok video, they were talking about being a side chick. I'm not talking about being a side chick. I'm just talking about the multiple women in the video that was saying, yes, they would be, a side chick for $2,500 a week. Okay. My point is multiple marriages. That's the topic. Those women agreed to that question. And I want to know why men, when they speak on multiple wives or having multiple wives, they make it seem like, especially when they bring the Bible up, it's a punishment to the women, for the women. Listen to me. As if it's a punishment to the women or for the women. And I'm going to reference Isaiah 4:4. They bring this up because in the Bible, in the kingdom, in heaven, it is said that there are going to be women that will want to have a husband, and they're going to be like 7 women to 1 man. Okay. And so when I hear men preach that, or you use Isaiah 4:4, I hear them say it like this. Yeah. And in heaven, you're gonna get in line. You're gonna get in line because you're gonna be wife number 55. You're gonna be wife number 75. And I look at these men, and not all men have this demeanor, this type of demeanor, or it seems like an attitude. And I'm saying to myself, okay, men are saying that. Shalom, brother, shalom. I'm thinking the type of men that are saying it with so much seems like anger to me, because we're talking about the kingdom, and we're talking about heaven, so if that is what God has said, the Most High has said that, in that day there will be 7 women clinging on to, 7, which say, I don't have it. You don't have what? A wife? What you talking about, Joseph? You don't have a wife? Hold on. Let me let you show that you're on here. Hello, hello. And then you got to tell me what you don't have. So I'm talking about multiple wives and some of the attitudes that I've been seeing with some men that are bringing this across. And I think some of these men that try to teach it, I don't want to say preach it, because I don't know if that's the right terminology, but try to teach it to other men or to women. Some of them are angry about something, and I don't know if it's an underlying anger, or it's like telling the woman off in some type of way that, you're gonna be wife number 75, like I was saying before. And I'm like, well, okay, why would that make the woman mad that she would be wife number 75 if we're in the kingdom? You see what I'm saying? Because if I'm wife 155, if I'm wife number 155, if I make it into the kingdom, I'm going to be happy. Okay. You're still a gentleman. Okay. That's what's up. I love that. You're still a gentleman like your mother taught you. That's what's up. Okay. Because I'm just noticing okay, to these men, I want to say, I can't get on the platform. I can watch, but if I say something, oh my gosh, men will just jump down my throat. You have to be quiet. And I understand it, but I have questions, and we're at COVID, and we're isolated. And if you're teaching something, I want to know, but they take it as an offense, because I think that they're mad still. And then they'll say, and in the kingdom, yes, you'll be wife 75, and you'll also have to cook your own food, and you'll have your own house, and you'll have your own raiment, your own clothes, and I'm still sitting back, because they're saying this as if this is a punishment. They're saying this. This is how I'm taking it. I don't know how anybody else would take it, but they're saying it as if it's a punishment to the women. Okay. What are you saying, Joseph? Yes, I don't have a wife, but I don't have a negative attitude towards my sisters. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm not talking about, having a wife now, or multiple wives now. I'm just talking about the in the kingdom. IUIC don't teach that. That's what's up. Okay. Yeah, having multiple wives, like in the kingdom, I've heard some people on YouTube teaching about multiple wives, but they say it with such anger, it seems like, and saying that you're going to be wife 75, you're going to be having your own home, cooking your own food, and having your getting your own clothing. And I'm sitting here to myself wondering, do you realize that we are going to be in the kingdom? We are going to make it to the kingdom. That's the important part. And I think, to me, now if I'm wrong, please leave a comment below. But I think the men that have this like really, I don't want to say aggressive, but strong approach or deliverance when they're talking on this message about multiple wives. I believe they were married before or had relationships before, and it may not have worked out for them because they may have gotten caught in infidelity, cheating, or what have you. And I'm going to say this right here. If that's the case, they need to let that go, because I was married for like 18 years. 18 years. And that's a long time, okay? And my thing is, what a lot of us when we were younger didn't realize is marriage is truly here, right now, a contract, okay? It's a contract. And when you come into a contract, you make, if you bought a car, maybe you rent an apartment, you got a house, or whatever you may have. It's a contract, what you sign. Okay, I agree to pay this much rent. I agree to make my car payments on this date, what have you. Same with marriage. The thing is, if these men were in a marriage and it went wrong, it went south, the woman, I don't know what may have happened, but it didn't work out because maybe some infidelity, some cheating went down. And I'm just going to say for right now, because women do cheat. Don't get me wrong, women do cheat. But say, had it been on the man's part and the infidelity went down and it was, they were married. The thing is, men, I would hope that you realize that women of time and time past have accepted men back after they've cheated. Hear me one more time. Hear me one more time. Women, after time and time past in a relationship, have accepted men back after they have cheated. What is it saying? My bishop tells us to wait. Okay, wait a year to find a wife. Yeah, I would say so. God just gives me one. I know that's right. I'm waiting. Let God do it, because I'm not trying to pick no more. I'm not trying to pick, okay? Because people can hide how they are, what they're about. But I'm just saying that marriage here, right now, it's a contract. And men have to realize that women, time and time again, have been in a marriage or been in a relationship. But we're going to talk about marriage. But if they've been in a relationship, because some people don't get married nowadays. That's how it is. They stay in long-term relationships. But the women take them back, basically, bottom line. So it's basically like they've been in a multiple marriage. Okay. The women, I don't think, if they understood or was aware in the beginning, this is part of the contract. If the man came up and said, I like different women, and I would love to build with you, and I would like to marry you, but maybe 2-3 years down the line, I might want another wife. Is that an idea, fellas? Is that an idea? Because remember, this is a contract. So when you're developing a contract, you single? Yes, I am. Because yes, sir. When you're developing a contract, you want to put all the details in the contract. So I think the heartbreak and the anger on both parts is if there was some kind of cheating going on in the relationship, and the woman takes him back, and it could be the man too, but we're going to talk about the women right now, understanding that women, this is my thoughts, have no problem being wife number 1, 2, 3, 4, because if they were wife number 1 right here, when we're in hell, because this is hell, if they were wife number 1 in hell and they had side chick number 1, 2, 3 they dealing with, and they live down the street, around the corner, but they take their man back, Do you really think that's the mindset that the woman has, that she has a problem with being the second or third wife? I think the problem is that wasn't understood in the beginning. Y'all holler at me, let me know if I'm on the right track, or if I'm totally cold with this topic. Let's see. I've been following your channel for about 2 months, so I started the countdown for you. What do you mean you started a countdown for me and L? What is L? Did I not get all of it? I don't think it all came up here. Finish it. So yeah, are they upset because they think they didn't get their way? But I think they did get their way. They just don't understand that while we're here in hell right now, present time, it just doesn't work out like that, because women don't have that understanding. They understand, this is mine. This is mine. I don't want to share. I don't want to play. I don't want him playing with anybody else. You understand? But when you come into an agreement with someone, you put that on the line. Put that on the line. So I'm just saying, multiple wives, I don't think is the issue. I really don't. Please, let's bring this up. Oh goodness, I'm hiding it. You and I, just me and you. Joseph, you a mess. You are a mess. Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, if the Most High said it, if that's how it's supposed to be, that's how it's supposed to be, Joseph. I don't know. But yeah, I wish that the men wouldn't be so aggressively upset when they teach about multiple wives, because I don't think it's a topic to be upset about. You say, oh yes, me and you. Okay, well, we'll see. I don't think it's a topic to be upset about. And it's direct, is so, I don't know, with so much verb. Let me say this. I don't want them to teach this way, because I remember, do y'all remember when 9/11 happened, and they were blaming who were they blaming? The Muslims for crashing into the building and everything. Y'all remember that? And so one of the tactics that they were using to draw in men was saying, you're going to have 7 wives in heaven. That was one of their number one recruiting tactics. And I'm like, I wonder if these men are realizing that's what they sound like when they're on platforms talking like this. And if they're saying that, they're out here teaching the word, they're just trying to wake people up and let them know who they are as a people, that, you're not African, you're not American. Those are 2 continents. You're Israelite. You came from somewhere. They're trying to let you know who you are. Then this is just how I feel. I don't think they want that as a sounding board to say, you're gonna have so many wives in heaven, Isaiah 4:4, and women, you're gonna be wife 55, and you're gonna get your own food and your own clothes and your own house. It just doesn't sound very good in the end when they start to round up evidence and they start to round up, something to pinpoint. Well, they sound just like the people who bombed 9/11. Do you feel where I'm coming from when I'm talking about this? You have to listen to one of our classes about your title. If not, you should. I've listened to IUIC before. Yes, I've been to one of their schools. But since COVID, sometimes I have to do remotes on the weekend, where I have to go out to be live on the radio at a business, so it just hasn't happened for me to go back. But yeah, I don't mind going to listen and everything. And and let me tell you this. Growing up how I grew up, because my mom was strong, but she was married though. My mom, I had a 2-family home, a mother and a father in the home, but I had to humble myself because yeah, we are kind of strong. Like, I know I'm not cook, I'm not bringing your plate. Stuff, silly stuff like that I had to grow out of as growing up, basically, not knowing about really submission and things like that. It's taught. It's taught, and if it's not taught right, some women can become too strong and overbearing. You see what I'm saying? So let me see what you're saying, Joseph. Our leadership don't teach like this. Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because some people, if you've been, Joseph, if you've been on any YouTube channels, just surfing the YouTube or the social media platforms, I have seen a lot of Israelites, or they don't even have to be Israelites, just people teaching on multiple wives. But some of the brothers, they teach like, whoa, you're gonna be wife 55. Like, that's a problem, man. I'm in heaven. I'm not in hell anymore. 55, 105, I'm in. Okay. And then if I'm in heaven, I'm gonna have the luxury clothing and homes and food and servants. And I don't know if they really get the point of it. To me, it seems like they think, here, I have a theme song for them. Hold on. See if y'all know this song. This is what it seems like they think when they get to heaven, it's gonna be Return of the Mac. Let me get my glasses. They think it's gonna be Return of the Mac, y'all. I got 7 wives. I got 8. I don't know. I'm clowning, but it's serious. It is serious, and I just hope that they realize how their approach is, and maybe they won't. Because there are a lot of men that are mad at Black women. And rightly so, because some Black women have dogged out some men. I know some of them have put them on child support and just did some nasty things. But we've done nasty things to each other. And that's why we need to help each other. Not even talk about when you get to the kingdom, like dogging them like that's going to continue, because it's not. It's not going to continue. Please get in touch with the sister Sarah. Okay. How do I get in touch with the Sisters of Sarah? Do I go on their YouTube? I know some people at when I went to Austin, but I don't know how to get directly in touch with them unless I go to back to the class in Austin. But yeah, I was looking for some of their activities and things that they do as well. But I just wanted to bring up this subject. I just happened to notice that is really hot right now. And I just want to say, marriage here is a contract. And if you don't put, the terms and conditions of the contract up front, you're going to have problems. If you don't let the woman that you're interested in know that, yes, I would love to marry you. And I know their IUIC doesn't preach multiple wives here, because it says in the kingdom, in that day. But a lot of people are saying that they can have multiple wives now. And if that's the case, and you're saying that, and you're thinking that in your heart, but you're not telling people that, you're going to have some issues. You're going to have problems. That's just how I feel. And I think the men that, like I said, that are so mad and preaching multiple wives, and how, they're going to be living on their own and getting their own clothes and food, and they're going to be wife 75, how they're saying it with such anger. That's not what heaven's going to be about. That might be the terms and conditions of the contract in heaven, but it's not going to be that ugly and just so. No to what, Joseph? I don't know. Tell me what you're saying no to. That's not the lick. That's not how it's going to go down. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just having a conversation. I'm not preaching or teaching. I'm just telling you guys what I've noticed. And this is something different from what I talk about on my platform. But it seemed like it just kept coming up on different social media platforms that I was going on. And then when it hit YouTube and those ladies, like I said, those ladies that I showed earlier, they were not talking about being a wife. They were talking about being a side chick. But I was just saying, I just saw that and I was like, well, if they can agree to be a side chick, that wouldn't be a problem for them to be a wife and have sister wives or what have you. That was my point of showing them earlier. Oh, okay, yeah, no, you don't teach that. Yeah, you said IUIC doesn't teach that. Yeah, right. And that's good. But like I said, it wasn't just IUIC or anything particular. I just seen on different social media platforms that a lot of people are teaching this. And a lot of people are teaching it like now, like present time, you should have multiple wives. And a lot of people, a lot of men, not people, men are teaching it with so much anger. I'm like, do you really want to get married? What was it? Are you sure you want to go to heaven and get married? So this is what Joseph is recommending us read. Read this, 1 Corinthians 11:3. I will check that out and let you guys know what I find when I read 1 Corinthians 11:3. And you guys read it too, because that's good. Joseph has some points. Maybe I have to bring you on the platform, Joseph. Get you on here live and in color, and live in color, so you can talk. I can't preach. I'm just learning. And I can't preach anywhere, teach anywhere. I'm just learning. So that would be good to have a man on here, So IUIC teach submission. Well, I don't have a problem with that either. I truly don't. Now, I had to grow into that now. And then, and being younger, I was, I don't want to say independent, but strong because I had to be. And in society, that's just how it was. But now that I know better, I do better. And I think a lot of women, if they know what we are, who we are, and that we have a purpose. A lot of us are lost. A lot of us don't believe that we have a culture, we have a history, or anything. Road trip. Road trip. Which way, Joseph? Which way? So, yeah. So, guys, I'm just saying, to the men who, and you can take my advice or you can not take my advice, okay? Because I know we're told to be quiet, but I know in the end times it did say that he will pour out his oh Lord, see, that's why I don't teach. But I know women and men will prophesy. That's what I know. So I'm not teaching or anything like that. I'm just giving, a suggestion and what I see going across. You don't want to be, I don't think the men who are teaching this with so much, it seems like so much anger and hate, they don't want to be connected with the Muslims and how they did when 9/11 happened. And they were saying, well, these Muslims, they recruited them because they said that they're going to have 7 wives in heaven, And you get some men are just, they about it. That's all that they can concentrate on. And if you got that going on with some men in some different camps, and I'm not, like I said, Joseph, I'm not talking about IUIC, but in some camps that they are so strong, and some of them aren't even in the camp. They're in, they're just on their own, They're on their own teaching this. You don't want to be associated like that, because I'm telling you, the government, they will try to put 1 and 5, 10, 11, 12 together. You know what I'm saying? They will try to put it together and make it something that it's not. Just him. Road trip to you. Oh, let me take that one down. Yeah. Look, Joseph, I'm telling you, I need to get some men on here. If I bring up a subject like this again, you would be perfect to bring on the platform and talk about, not talk about, but talk about this subject, because some platforms you can't get on. Thank you. Thank you. You can't get on and talk about the subject, especially being a female. They're going to shut you down. Be quiet, woman. And I understand that, we have to be quiet when you're in the church setting or they're teaching. But when we're isolated and when we're, we can't go to a school or go to a church and you're online and you ask a question that might seem so outrageous to someone that has been in the truth for a long time, they get offended. And that is the main reason why I do not really like text messages. If you have ever been in a relationship or just talking to someone and you send text message, they can take that totally different than how you said it. You understand what I'm saying? So imagine being on a platform or trying to get on somebody's YouTube and say something, and you might not say it like they think you should say it. They can take it in a totally different way, and you're what do they call you, mocking or whatever, and that might not be what you're doing. You're just truly asking a question. Everybody is coming into they're waking up at different times. So they don't, especially women. And if you are a woman and you don't have the opportunity to ask a question or get, really deep into the question without getting your head chopped off, it's going to be hard for women to really understand, what's going on. And I've seen this awakening is wow. Wow, a lot of people have platforms and they're teaching, I guess, different doctrines. So I don't know. I just thought I'd bring up this subject on my own platform so I can get out what I've been feeling, what I've been seeing. And I just thought that some men need to realize that, yes, in that day, what was it, Isaiah 4 and let me get it. I had to write it down, y'all. Isaiah 4:4, in that day, when we are in heaven in the kingdom, yes, we will be getting our own food and having our own, clothing in our own homes. And you might be wife 75, 85, 99. But I don't think the women would be mad if they're wife 99, So, all right. Yes. 1 Corinthians 14:40. That's why you need a husband. I know. Because I was told before, ask your husband. I don't put all my business on the platform. I don't have a husband. Or ask your leadership. It's hard for me to get into a class because, you don't put all of that on a platform. You just don't when a class is going on. So it's just like, okay, well, let me be shut down until I guess I have to figure it out by myself. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. Maybe they should have moderators when they see a question and they feel like it's truly a question that a woman is asking. They can have maybe a way to communicate and give an email address or something other than just shutting people down right off the bat. All right, guys, I am going to go ahead and get off of here. I'll bring different subjects up other than gang stalking, because in this day, if you didn't know, gang stalking, I believe, is part of what happened in the Bible too, with Jesus, because he was followed and he was tracked down and he was lied on. And a lot of people who are reporting gang stalking and who are reporting to be targeted individuals, they are followed, they are lied on, they smear campaigns. That's the same thing as being lied on, so we are in the last days, and I will also continue to bring a couple more of my TikTok short films. Just, they might be kind of corny, but they do have a message in them. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And remember, we are in the last days, so y'all get ready. I'm trying to. I want to make it into the kingdom, and I don't care if I'm wife number 99. Okay. Joseph says, 1 Timothy 2:11 through 14. That was God. That's what God says. Okay. So check out that. Let me see. I have a phone number. You have a phone number? Okay. I don't know how I would get your phone number, Joseph, but I do have a platform email because I want to bring people on to talk. So I can leave the email when I get off this live. So anybody who is interested in coming on to this platform and talking, you know, we can connect, because it is hard to connect. It's hard to trust people, but I do have an email that I will post, and, you know, and I can kind of discern people before I put them on the platform to talk, to maybe let you teach, you know, what I can't teach, what I don't know, or just you want to talk about your experience as you know, a TI, a chosen person, because I do believe TIs are chosen, and I don't think that they're only men, because us women, sometimes I think to myself, gosh, this is really hard. I'm like, I'm a female. Do they realize I'm a female out here? No, it's like God's putting you through the fire, sister. He want to see if you strong enough to handle it. So yes, it's females out here that are targeted individuals that are being gang stalked, and it's not an easy road that we're going down. So, all right, I will leave the information below if you want to get on the platform. Hey, hit me up. It was fun. I just wanted to express myself, and I hope you guys have a good evening and much, much love.